Hey there. I'm here at the Padre Pio Center in Bardo, PA. And it's fitting that I'm here to talk about this subject that I want to bring up today. It's about certain politicians and very outspoken people who put themselves out there as being upstanding Catholics and Christians, who then turn around and support topics like abortion, wealth redistribution, all the things of Karl Marx, socialism and communism. And these are people I like to call Catholics in name only and Christians in name only, because they support things that are completely contrary to the teachings of the Bible, the teachings of the Church, the teachings of Jesus Christ. Jesus hasn't changed in 2,000 years, and neither have his teachings. They're not going to change in another 2,000. If he did, and if they did, he wouldn't be God. I'd like to know what man came along and gave these people permission to start tinkering with the teachings of Jesus Christ. No man on earth has the authority to change the teachings in the Bible. The things of Karl Marx, communism, socialism, fascism. These are things that have been denounced by every pope from Leo XIII all the way up to Benedict XVI as intrinsically evil, meaning evil in and of themselves. They can never be good. Now, one of the reasons that socialism and wealth redistribution has been denounced is it robs people of ambition. It robs them of that drive to go and live their life instead of sitting around on their butt soaking up a government subsidy. Then there's the little fact that wealth redistribution is theft. And anytime you hear the words social justice in any church, run. Because social justice always boils down to wealth redistribution in one way, shape, or form, and it is theft. No member of clergy should be encouraging wealth redistribution in any way, shape, or form, because they're encouraging a sin. Thou shalt not steal. These people are having their wealth taken from them at the point of the government's gun. Now, these people, these Catholics in name only, Christians in name only, that advocate for different forms of wealth redistribution, they like to try and use Christian teaching against Christians, about being charitable, for the common good. It's not charity to steal from somebody to give to somebody else by government fiat. No matter how many people think it's a good idea, you're violating somebody's liberty, you're stealing their private property. Doesn't matter how much they earn, doesn't matter how much they have in the bank, that's their private property. Now, when Jesus talked about being charitable and helping your neighbor, and all those parables about helping those in need, true charity comes from here, and that's what he was talking about. True charity doesn't come through government force at the point of the Roman spear. Jesus Christ would never advocate that. So no, Jesus was not a socialist. Not in any way. If you want to be charitable, if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, yes, you're called to be charitable, you're called to help your neighbor. But that charity comes from here, comes from you. Government forcing people to be charitable, that doesn't count. That doesn't come from your heart. Christians and Catholics in name only. A lot of these people probably only show up at the church twice a year. We call them Christmas and Easter flowers. No Catholic can support abortion. No Catholic can support or advocate any mortal sin, any sin. Because they're sinning themselves by doing that. They're violating the church's teachings. That's why people like Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden and a whole slew of other so-called Catholic politicians one, they're putting their souls in danger. Two, they're leading other Catholics astray. Oh, well, I personally don't believe in this, but I can't force my beliefs on others. What kind of a Catholic are you then? You're not forcing anything on anybody. If you truly love someone in the Christian way, you're not loving them by allowing them to go dancing merrily on their way to hell. If you truly love somebody in the Christian way, you want them to get home to heaven. You want to steer them away from sin, not confirm them in it. And that's what these people are doing. Christians and Catholics of all stripes. They're advocating and confirming people in their sins. These people aren't Christians. They are not Catholics. If they were, they'd know their faith a little bit better and know that they can never, ever side with sin, because then they're siding with the devil. There's some people out there that'll say, oh, a famous philosopher years ago, a lot of people echo him. They'll say, God is dead. God isn't dead. He isn't even sick. These people, pray for him. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Pray for him. Don't condemn him, but don't encourage them. Pray for them, pray for their conversion. Pray for the salvation of their souls. But do what you can to counter what they're teaching people who may not be so deep in their faith. You cannot, as a Christian and as a Catholic, you cannot advocate sin. You just can't.